Hey, welcome back to the Traveling Man and Heirloom Lessons. A while back I shot a little video where right here on this welding table, I did a little fire with this lantern that I like to carry, and I did another one where I kind of showed the components and how to make this little lantern and how useful it is, especially if you're out and you're trying to light a fire without holding a lighter or paper or just, all those little nuisances. So one of the things I said is, like, we have to have do the prep work. If we do the prep work, the fire comes super easy. So I thought I would do a little example of how I prep. I have found that a blade, usually about 4 inches, 3 3/4 to 4 1/4 is what I like best when I'm outdoors. They're lightweight, they're easy to maintain, easy to carry, but robust enough to really get some work done. You can see this knife I've had a long time, and I love it. I've actually kind of retired that knife, but this is what it looks like. First thing you want to do is there's always scraps of wood all over the place, so get yourself a couple of scraps, and oftentimes I'll even put this stuff into sandwich bags or Ziploc bags. It's always good to have bags anyway, and or a little bucket. But first off, you want to get somewhere where it's safe, on another log, a piece of wood. I'm going to kind of tell you this the way that my dad told me: cut away from you. When I say away from you, that doesn't mean away onto your leg, but away where there is a landing spot for your blade. And just get in and just start making some little tiny shavings like this. And this is like step one. Some people refer to this as feather sticking, and they get really, I mean, there's some guys that are really good at this. But what I can say is that I've never had a problem getting a fire going, and this is what my dad taught me. See, every time you come off this and you hear that, that's what this is for. That's why you cut into a block. That's why you cut away from you. That's why you want to kind of point the knife in a safe directions. It's a lot like hunter safety, firearm safety. Never point in a direction that you don't intend to destroy. I think that's how they say it with firearms. So you can see that this very quickly will get you everything you need. That's all you need. This is your finest shavings, and there you go. Look at that. That's really cool. Then you want to have some that are a little bit more substantial, a little bit more pressure. And get some pieces that are a little bit bigger, because after this we'll get to, just heavier pieces. And I'll show you what's coming up here in just a second. See, these pieces are nice. There's like actually a little bit of fuel there, and that makes it really nice to get a big log going. And there you go. There's your bigger pieces, and this is kind of what it looks like when I'm getting ready to build a fire. It's all in this prep work. Then I take a piece like this. Again, hi Stanley. Be super careful. The shorter, the better it is. You can use whatever you have, but this is called a baton method. So if you set this down, take another piece of wood, this one was actually had some staples in it. That's not so hot. I wonder what that was all about. Anyway, thank you, Stanley. And a couple of pieces of this. You can do as little or as much as you like. Of course, you know, prep is super important. So if you can, you know, make a few extras, you will find out that here you go. And this will probably do it right here. You could get these, you know, a little bit smaller. And the smaller they are, the easier it is. So basically, this is what it would look like. And then you can put these pieces over here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start the fire here. Which I'm actually going to do another little example because it was so easy. When I timed it, it takes like a minute and like a minute and a half, I think, thereabouts, when I did the other fire. And it gets going really, really well. Then you can take these little pieces, kind of get this thing going. A little bit more substantial pieces. And holy moly, you immediately start feeling like, wow, there's if you're out there and you've been out there a long time, immediately you start feeling better. A fire has a way of doing that to you. It smells good. It starts getting just lifting your spirits anytime you're going to do it. Well, and when I go out, I actually love to cook, and I like to cook over an open flame. So this is exactly what I do right here, each and every time. And then of course I would just go to bigger and bigger wood, and voila, this is how fires are built out in the forest. They're super easy. course, you don't need all this apparatus. I'm just showing you in a safe way to use some type of a backer. You can see there's little nicks on here. Those nicks, you don't want that to be your leg, your arms, or your feet, or anything like that. And this is it. This is how simple fires are made, and just moves along really nicely. Very efficient, very handy. It's a great quality to have. It's a great skill set to practice on. Always do it in a safe environment, on concrete, or dig a little hole, do a little pit. But in no time you can get these little fires going, and just the mood changes. Make a little lunch. It's not that big a deal. I remember I went with a buddy and he says, well, let's get some sandwiches. And I'm like, sandwiches? We're on motorcycles. I said, no, let's just make lunch. Make lunch? He had no idea what I was talking about. When we got out there, whipped up a little fire, and him and I now spend a lot of time out in the forest, and we rarely bring anything prepared. We make our food when we get there, and it works out really nice. Super easy. Get after it. Thanks for watching.